Oh, you got a little visitor, champ.
Yeah, my little guy. Hey, champ, where's your belt? Go get your belt.
That's a ring.
Okay,
Ooh.
yeah, that's my ring. That's my championship ring. Don't break it.
I'm sure you got a lot of knowledge on Devin Haney as a prize fighter. Sure, you probably know him inside and out, but do you know much about him as a man and as just a person? And if so, what do you make of him?
Yeah, look, he's for me, I feel like he's got two sides. He tries to play the nice guy, but deep down, you know, he's very sly. You know, I think he makes things up a lot in his head, and you know, it's going to be very exciting this next 9.5 weeks, you know, leading into the big fight, to see which way he goes, because we all know when it comes down to the mental games and whatever games they want to play, they can't stack up with what I bring to the table. And obviously physically he won't be able to stack up in the ring, but you know, for now I've got some aces up my sleeve, things that I know about Devin, things that, you know, personally, you know, he's reached out about a few things and I didn't actually like a lot. At the stage I liked it, and people will find out. I'm not going to give that away yet, but yeah, people will realise the kind of person he is. But again, I don't want to scare him too much. I want him here. You know, contracts are signed. I want to make sure it comes down, because, like I'll say today at the press conference, it's all a dream for him right now. Day by day, reality's going to kick in. He's going to realise what he got himself into. And like I said, I can't wait, man. I'm very excited. This is something I've chased for a long time. This is something that I've dreamt about. To fill out Marvel Stadium is incredible, and to do it here in beautiful Melbourne, you know, with all the support of Australia, all the support of the Greeks, you know, I can't wait. It's going to be something special.
It's almost surreal. We're sitting here, little old Melbourne. We're having a bit of a haircut, a bit of a chin wag, and we've got 5 of the most prestigious and sought-after prizes in all sport sitting right next to us. And Devin Haney's got another belt. A little bit controversial as to how it was attained and all that sort of thing, but another belt nonetheless.
Yeah.
And people are already calling you undisputed and all that, but I don't think anyone will be able to deny your undisputed claim should you beat Devin Haney. What is left after that as far as goals for you? Because it's such a massive achievement that's only been done a small handful of times in all of boxing history. So where do you go from there mentally?
Yeah, look, the way I stay on top of my game is I keep fighting the best of the best. That's why, and I'm a man of my word, and I said it. Lomachenko, obviously that fight was done between me and him. He has a bigger fight to take place in at the moment. So, Devin Haney stepped up, took the contract, accepted it, which is fantastic. And we will fight not only for my belts, but with his secondary belt, his pride belt that obviously my good friend Mauricio stated. So I can't wait. That's another belt to the collection. I'll add that to the collection, and you know, what a collection there will be. But the way I stay motivated and hungry and inspired to keep doing great things is you fight the best guys. So Lomachenko straight after Haney will be next. That's the fight I will fight. And to continue, you know, raising the bar for Australian boxing, to keep giving back to Australian boxing, to keep pushing it through the roof, you know, and doing these stadium fights, and that's what motivates me, inspires me. The belts are one part of it. That's a small part of it. They're fantastic. When you achieve them, you either fall into the trap of them thinking that this is it, or they're just there and you're looking for bigger. And I love to fight. I love to fight the best guys. I love the roar of the crowd, and you know, I know that I'll continue chasing and being motivated from that, than just thinking that, okay, I've achieved it all, I've got all the belts, what do I do next? You know, the hardware, you know, doesn't you know, push my motivation like crazy. You know, my motivation is beating the best guys, continue building my legacy. That's just collection. That's showing, you know, the hard work.
You obviously take a lot of pride in representing Australia and representing the Greek heritage when you fight, and you carry those responsibilities so well. And now with the platform you're on, there must be countless of young aspiring boxers, boys and girls, not only, especially in Australia, but all over the world, who have seen your journey and your victory and must feel so inspired by that. What advice would you give to those people out there that are watching you and are in awe of what you've achieved?
It's very important. That's why I'm chasing the biggest fights, to do these big stadium fights, because it's going to inspire the next future champion, the next guy here from Australia or from Greece or from anywhere in the world. Part of this is my company is in the lights now. Ferocious Promotions gets the opportunity to have people on the card, and we have that. We have the positions where now I get my guys on there, the guys that were never given a shot, guys that have to do it tough like I had to do it tough. Give them the opportunities, the exposure to do big things and get on these cards. That's why when we go back to the last question, the question before that, how I stay inspired and motivated, that as well, knowing that the more I win, we win as a country, we win as our fighters, and they get to showcase to the world. So, very important that I continue doing what I do best.
So you're more than willing to take on that responsibility of the entire nation. It's sport boxing culture on your shoulders. You seem to do that quite effortlessly. Does it ever feel too heavy, too much?
No. I embrace it. I thrive with it, and I love it. I love it because I've had to do the hard way. I know how hard this journey has been, and to be able to have that now, to be the face of Australian boxing, to be world known, and to showcase my skills and showcase as a whole country, it's amazing. It motivates me a lot, and I never feel it on my shoulders, no matter how big the fight gets, no matter how much the odds are against me. I just stay focused on what I do best, and like I said, I love to fight. I'll fight in front of one person or 60,000 people. It doesn't bother me.
Why do you think it is that odd makers are having you as an early underdog? I know you love being the underdog. It suits you very well. You'd like to rise to the challenge. But how does that make you feel though? Like, do you think that they're underrating you at all, or do you think they're overrating Devin?
Maybe a bit of both, but again, I don't really fall into the numbers when it comes to the betting. All I know is a lot of people are going to get rich again, like they did for the Lopez fight. So it doesn't really bother me. It's okay. It's fine. The betting companies will do it their way, and I'm sure with this fight, as the fight gets closer and they see both guys, and it will come very close, probably very even. But the underdog continues to stay at the top, and that's what I want. That's what motivates, and that's what excites me. So when we talk about motivation, it's so much. It's not just one thing. It's not just the belts. It's everything. It's a big core thing of proving the doubters wrong. Continue showing that the underdog can get to the top, can do it his way, winning the belts. Setting up my kids and family for life. And you go back to people saying that, Haney's only getting this and Kambosos getting all that. Yeah, better in my pocket for my kids than in his pocket, because I'm here as a man trying to provide for my family. So there's a lot of motivation there, a lot of inspiration, and I kept doing what I do best.
Just lastly, is there anyone in Australia, while you're creating all this buzz and you're bringing all these eyes onto Australian boxing, is there anyone in Australian boxing that you're excited about, just as a boxing fan?
Look, there's so many. We've got so much great talent right now. It really is, a new era of Australian boxing, and I'm very proud to be in that position where, I'm inspiring these young guys. But you got to look at obviously one guy from our team, Terry Nicholas. Had a good win on the Stand show. Obviously the guy was very messy, but he's going to back it up real soon again, and he'll be on the card as well. But if you go through, we've got Jai Opetaia fighting for a world title, coming up. You got Tim Tszyu on the brink, who had a good win in America and learnt a lot from that. You got the Maloney boys in America as well, doing great things. You got so many. You got the women's boxing, which is exploding here. You got the big fights of Rafa Hardman. So you can see that people are inspired. They know how to get there. They can see as well from what I've achieved that they can get to the top. And there's so many more probably missing, hundreds of talent that we have right now. But all of them, doing fantastic jobs, and they actually motivate me as well. They continue to motivate me because I know that what I'm doing, is inspiring them. And obviously, if I don't do what I'm doing, these guys might not get this opportunity or get to the top. So as a whole nation, we need to support our own and back each other, and we want to see more hardware here in Australia.
I did want to ask you, with a fighter like Devin who can be a lot less active as far as volume, punches thrown per round. You've got such a massive, monumental moment fighting him here in Melbourne, big stadium show. Do you feel the need to push more in order to make it an exciting show? Are you worried at all that he won't engage?
I know my game plan, I know what I have to do, and what I bring to the table every time, that pressure, that speed, that power, that explosiveness, the movement, the footwork. My defense, very underrated, the defense that I have, and we'll let him keep underrating it. I know that this pressure will be too much for him. It's very simple, he's going to drown. 12 rounds he will drown. I've got 60,000 people going to be there in attendance, so obviously yes, I will be pushing the fight, and let's hope he beats a man and goes out on his shield and tries to push the fight as well. But if he runs, beautiful, I'll hunt him down, I'll break him down, and it's just going to be a savage beatdown. I'm prepared for whatever he brings to the table, like I was prepared in every single fight that I've had, to face whatever adversity, to be ready to move from game, plan A, B, C, D, all the way through the alphabet. That's how good my game plans and my boxing abilities are. So, let's see. I'm sure it's going to be a very exciting fight. I'm sure with the crowd that we're going to bring to this stadium fight, that that noise, that excitement is going to get him jumping a little bit too. So I'm sure he's going to take a bit of risk, and we will meet in that fight, and I'm sure it's going to break out.